what a day and age we live in. You know, we're a week away from Dilon Danis versus Logan Paul. Big fight, influencer boxing fight. You know, Dilon Danis, I've been on record in the past, about a year ago now, ripping into the man, hating on the man. Funny that, you wouldn't expect me to hate on anybody around here. It's not like it happens every single video. But I must say, recently, I've kind of started to like him, and I think that's the same with a lot of people. I've been diving into a lot of his past stuff, a lot of his jiu-jitsu stuff. He is a humble guy, but he does play the villain, and I think people are starting to respect the fact he plays the villain, but I think it's more of an anti-hero rather than a villain. I feel like it's more of like the anti-hero role. Like, he's just not, he's wanting to entertain by being just that bratty sort of, I'm not going to swear in the first minute of the video, but I'm really enjoying what he's doing, and I'm here to speak about this today, right? I'm really angry, especially with how the build-up to this fight has played out. Dilon Danis, as you all are probably aware, has taken photos of Logan Paul's girlfriend, which he's found online, and he's just been tweeting them. And he's been ripping him to bits. He's targeted everything Logan Paul's known for in terms of scamming people, suicide forest, all this type of thing. But then he was like, oh, your girlfriend's an X-rated model. Posting her everywhere. On Twitter or X now. Just explicit photos of her. Photos with her. And over 100 men so far it's been. And it's just like, as a man, if I was Logan Paul, no matter how much you love this girl, or if you go on interviews and say there's only been 5 exes, genuinely, like, the amount of images that girl has on yachts and with men is just disgusting. It's the same goes for a guy, but obviously there's this president in the world right now, there's this double standard. Fair play to her for going and doing what she wants. But now, it's all like, if I was Logan Paul, I would genuinely be sat back, like, win or lose this fight, even if I go and knock this kid out, the whole world now sees my girlfriend as this horrible, yucky individual who whores herself off to anybody, who does all this and that with anybody, and gold digger. Because it's funny that the only people she's been with is Leonardo DiCaprio, NFL athletes, basketball players. You've never seen her with a 9-to-5 guy. It's always been somebody very famous, who's obviously she's made connections with through being a model. This is what I'm here to say. They're suing him. He was on Ariel Helwani. Dilon Danis was on Ariel Helwani, and this interview made me so angry because Dilon Danis does not need this, right? And Logan Paul is suing the man, and regardless of what you say, oh, it's Nina suing him, it's not Nina. Logan Paul is literally tweeting, making fun of the fact Dilon Danis is having to put up with lawyers and all this 2 weeks before his fight, paying the fees for the lawyers, all because, defamation of character. Dilon Danis has seen photos online, he's reposting these photos, and he's essentially calling her a slut. You can call that defamation of character, but realistically, everyone, including a judge, is going to make that assumption if all these photos are found just to have been off of the internet. There's nothing private been posted. Dilon Danis would most likely see jail time if it was something private, especially with the magnitude that this has been looked at. This just shows me Logan Paul's a pussy, right? Imagine this. Imagine in the build-up to McGregor-Khabib. If we're talking fighting talk, they're having a boxing match. They're having a professional rule boxing match. We're talking about professional fighting here. This is not influencer boxing at this point. They're having a professional fight, professional rules. Let's put it in this terms. If they want to be having a fight, we're going to class them as fighters here, regardless of influence or anything. If McGregor said to Khabib, which he did, your wife's a towel, mate, because of her wedding attire, the Muslim wedding attire, the veil, And then Khabib said, okay, in the build-up to the fight, I'm going to sue you for everything you have. Or I'm going to stand by my wife as she sues you for everything you have, just to give you that extra bit of stress leading up to the fight. McGregor would sit back and be like, you are a bitch. You're getting the chance to punch me in the face. You're getting the chance to take me down and maul me in front of all my fans. But you're taking time to sue me? Is this what we're really doing here? Like, it's the fight game. Anything is fair game. I really don't like this when fighters say, oh, that's too far. You should never bring family into it. You should never bring this and that into it. if you are selling a fight and you're an entertainer and you're Dilon Danis, the villain, the anti-hero, get it dirty. Get it rotten, you know? How can Logan Paul film a dead body hanging, right? And then he is like, oh, this guy's making fun of my wife, I'm going to sue him. Or, sorry, this is another thing. Ariel Helwani, he's not suing you. He's not suing you. He's not suing you. It's Nina suing you. Brother, come off it. You don't think Logan Paul is sitting in the back seat watching how that goes and trying to make sure Dilon Danis' life is as hell as possible? I think the man's afraid. I think the man's a pussy. I truly want Dilon Danis to smash his face in, right? I've become a fan of Dilon Danis. I don't think he's going to win the boxing match. I just feel like his camps aren't structured. You know, he's just jumping gym to gym. He doesn't... Well, the fight's in a week. The fight's literally in a week and a few days. 9 days time or something. 14th. I'm worried for Dilon Danis. I must say, I'm really worried for Dilon Danis. But if he can pull it off and win, and then his best man at their wedding, that would be unbelievably funny. That would be absolutely hilarious. They've shook on it. How can you sue the man in the build up to a fight and think you're this solid, tough fighter? I think, you know, Logan Paul got with Jake Paul's ex-girlfriend and rapped about it and put it on the internet. With the girl in the video, you know, is that Alyssa Violet, someone like that? No, I don't know who that was specifically. I don't really care for Logan Paul. But the man is obviously a cuck. He's obviously a pussy. You know, he's fighting Dilon Danis, and, you know, I get Dilon Danis is selling this. Dilon Danis should be getting a massive thank you from Logan Paul, because Logan Paul has actually acted like a pussy and like somebody who doesn't want to step in a ring this whole build-up, you know? So it's kind of turning me off the fact that, oh, this could be a good fight. Because, I mean, I don't think Logan Paul's all that. I think he's going to be I think it could be a very boring fight. Just because I feel like Logan Paul isn't that skilled, and I don't think he's got a killer instinct at all. This is, again, proving my point. The fact he's suing the man. You know? Oh, you can say it's Nina suing him all you want. Nina probably is just like, oh my god, he's actually showing the world who I am. These are all pictures I posted online. We're going to have to do something about it. We're going to have to sue him and put it down as defamation of character, so maybe the world can be like, oh, she's not actually that bad, because obviously it was defamation of character. Everyone for the rest of your life, Logan Paul, will know your missus is a skank. That's essentially what I'm saying. You know, your missus is genuinely a skank. I think the marriage will last maybe a few months, especially if Logan loses. You know, his world's going to come crashing down, tumbling down. There's been stuff I've seen of Nina, like when they were on his podcast speaking about her wedding ring. Logan Paul, respect to him, said, I'm not going to say how much it cost. I don't want to speak about how much I spent on the ring. And then Nina goes, you can tell him it was over 6 figures. It's like, oh my god, you are scum of the earth. Or when he proposed to her and she said, I'm getting married, instead of we're getting married. She's all about herself. She's all about her reputation. She's suing Dilon Danis in the build up to a fight. Like, what? Like, imagine being Dilon Danis. Already your first boxing match, you've admitted that you're a pure grappler. You don't have coaches yet that are going to come with you to London and be in your corner, and you're having to put up with lawsuits and people turning up at your door, having lawyer meetings in and amongst training when you should be relaxing and recovering. As a fighter and as somebody who trains, you do not need that extra stress. You want to be coming home to your wife, to your girlfriend, and that be your relaxation time. You shouldn't be coming home to a hostile environment. You shouldn't be coming home to an unrelaxed environment. That'll all, well, as I'm going to say, that won't improve performance. That'll do the exact opposite. That'll actually massively decrease the value of your relaxation, your recovery. I worry for Dilon Danis in the build-up, and I feel bad for the guy, honestly. Like, I truly think if he goes out here and gets the job done against Logan Paul, that would be incredible. And then, you know what? I do not respect Logan Paul in the slightest for this. I'm just gutted. I'm just gutted that this is the way it's going. You're suing the man for reposting pictures your girlfriend has put up. That is unbelievably weird. And that is pussy behavior. That's not fighting talk. You're getting the chance to demolish this man. Fighting is fair game, which shows you do not understand it. You do not understand anything to do with the sport. It's fair game saying this type of thing. You are a scumbag human. You can pretend to be this nice guy all you want. You can have prime. You can have all this. You are a scumbag of a human. You can talk all this about being this tough fighting man. Your brother is a fighting man. He would never sue someone. Jake Paul wouldn't sue someone if they were slagging him off. If somebody said to Jake Paul, oh, Erica Costel, when they were together, oh, she's a skank, he'd be like, okay, like, nice one, brother. She's a gold digger. Yeah, nice one. She was also a model. Post pictures of her, no one cares. It's the fact that they're getting so defensive and suing him in the build to a fight, and that Twitter post, oh, pull out and pay him 100,000 or pay all the lawyers' fees and then get knocked out. It's like, you're not confident. You're not Logan Paul's not a fighting man. He doesn't want this. I think Dilon Danis is gonna win. I don't actually, but I'm gonna throw that out there. What do you think about this? I think that's imagine how disrupting that is. And Ariel Helwani to sit back and not call Logan Paul out on it, then have Dilon Danis on his show and rip him to pieces. That is not fair. That is truly not fair, and I am really angry that Ariel was defending Logan like that, and then acting dumb when Dilon Danis said, you don't think Logan Paul is backseating this and is behind this? And Ariel was like, I don't know, it might just be the fiance. Logan might not know much about it. Logan knows nothing about it. Logan is fighting this man. If you think Logan Paul's not sat there telling the fiance what to do and what type of approach to take illegally to get this man's training disrupted as much as possible, that is unbelievable. I hope they conclude this case of it gets settled and Logan has to, and Nina, who's using Logan's money obviously, has to pay this out as reimbursement for Dilon Danis' time, because Dilon Danis can now sue them back and be like, defamation of his character, a waste of his time, especially if Dilon Danis goes out here and loses, and then the case comes back and gets settled, because everything Dilon Danis posted has been online. Just pics Nina's put up, stuff he's found on the internet. So, you know what? Whatever. Fair game. It's all fair game, and I'm really pissed off at this. I'm gutted by this. I really want a fair build-up, and I just feel like if Dilon Danis doesn't go out here and get this done now, it's not the worst look in the world, because he's had all this to put up with, and he's not a traditional boxer. Logan's had years. Logan's a bigger guy. Dilon Danis fights at 170. Logan Paul can't make anything less than 195. Dilon Danis is not afraid of him. He's got beef with Logan Paul. He knows he's a pussy. He's not a real fighter, and Dilon Danis is going to go out there and prove he is a fighter. We've been waiting for Dilon Danis to hear. We've been waiting for Dilon Danis to prove to everyone that he can fight. He's going to go out there and dog him in front of Nina. And this is going to be a massive event. I think I would love this. I love KSI Tommy Fury, but this fight has really got my blood boiling. I'm really excited for it just because of the bad blood. There's terrible blood. There's terrible tension here. I think Dilon Danis is massively in the right. I think it's all fair game in love and war. It's all fair game. And it's just like what I said about Jake Paul. If Dilon Danis goes out here and beats Logan Paul, for example, if Dilon Danis walks on water, they will say he can't fucking swim. And this is the exact same thing that happens with Jake Paul as well. And obviously I'm going to make a separate video on the influencer boxing card. Most likely going to live stream it. And we're gonna have a good big live stream watching all the fights. It's gonna be really good, really entertaining. And I think I'm gonna call it a day there, folks. Thank you for letting me rant. I think it's a disgrace to the sport. Imagine that. Imagine Usman suing Covington for saying that stuff about his dad being an illegal pharmacist and all this and that. It doesn't happen. It's all fair game in love and war. Just take that anger, motivate you, and go out and fight the guy. I think he's afraid. I think he's a pussy. He's trying to disrupt his training as much as possible. Dilon Danis has exposed Ariel, he's exposed Nina, and he's exposed Logan. Thank you very much for watching. Give me your thoughts. I am in the right here. I am correct. Thank you.